sound like a happy man leaving the information ministry off to the works and housing.
I am a happy man to serve the people of Ofuasia, to serve in any capacity that the president assigns me.
Well, let's take a look at some of the legacy. You've been talking about the challenges also, but I'm sure most of your colleagues, this will be the first time you're hearing this kind of critique that knowing that you are a former, should I say, still a journalist, once a journalist, always will be, but the fact that you were one of us at some point and then you became information minister, it appears your loyalty was mostly towards your employer rather than your colleagues, to seek their welfare and their interest in terms of, one, their safety, for instance, to start with.
To the contrary, there's no information minister of our republic on record who will go out there and call out attacks on journalists, even when it is perpetrated by people of his own party, and report to the police and bring the police to a public forum to come and account for how they've dealt with it. I, as information minister, championed the subject of fighting for the safety of journalists. It was on my watch that we introduced the coordinated mechanism for the safety of journalists and brought the National Media Commission, GIBA, NMC, BRIMPA to the table, police and judicial service to the table, and fashioned out a framework where implementation should take place. It was on my watch that I went to cabinet to get cabinet approval and funding for it, and we gave it to the NMC to execute. When we started executing it, I am the minister who issued statements to say that we have received a report of an alleged attack here. We've reported it to the police. We want the police to follow. And if the police would tell you, and I think they said it publicly at the public forum we had last year to account for this. At the end of the year, we write to them that we reported 14 cases to you. Come and give us an update on how you have prosecuted these people. And we wrote saying to the Chief Justice's office, she sent a Superior Court judge to join us to account for it. And so I think that if you look at the facts, on my watch as information minister, yes, there continue to be attacks on journalists, but we have fought strongly. We have supported the Ghana Journalists Association, even in announcing blackouts of persons that they believe have been involved in the attack of journalists, except that we have argued that the threshold for announcing that blackout must not be capricious. It must be well stated and known, so that it's not because one person wants to mischievously use that as an instrument. So on the subject of the safety of journalists, I think our voice has been very loud enough. I know Fatih will continue with it. I have gone to Parliament to ask Parliament to support us in getting the NMC better resourced so that they can do what they have to do and not rather be fighting the media. And I think history will be the best judge as time goes by. We've had times when senior government officials have seized cameras and recordings from journalists and haven't even bothered to offer an apology or something. On my watch, we try to do our best for, even including advocating for increased salaries for journalists.
I was getting there, at least for my colleagues in the state media, amongst others. You'd say that there was a strong push for better pay for them?
Absolutely. Journalists in the state media were not paid lower than all other public servants. You would recall that state media is a public institution. And so when the salary levels are set in public institutions, it affects them as well. You work in a private organization. If you guys are making excessive profits and you're getting a bonus, if my colleagues in state media are making losses, they will not get that same bonus, but they will not be paid lower than what all other public servants are earning. I acknowledge that public service pay is something that we need to continuously work on improving, but they were not paid lower than public service workers.
Well, right.